think my kid is coming in like as soon as I did it. Hi, Riley.
Hi.
Here, you can join me for my introduction. Hey, everybody, this is Grimcad, and we are back here on a Wednesday. We are playing at Dungeons & Dragons, 5th edition in the Shifting City. My daughter has just walked into the room and would like to say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Like, at least all of them said hi back to you, Riley.
Except for Guts. Guts is rude. She didn't say hi.
She's not here. Everyone who is here was said hi. So last time... Oh, no, wait. Before last time, we have to do introductions. We're going to start in the middle this time with Rick. Rick, you get to go first this time.
What? Me? No. Not me.
Yeah, because, like, specifically last time we did it, you were like, I'm never first. I'm always in the middle. This time, it's your time to shine. You're going to set the tone for the entire rest of the session.
I wasn't complaining.
No pressure.
Everything in the middle. Oh, God, the immense pressure. I'm Rick. A couple of sessions ago, I almost died. Way.
It's a good way to bring it on. We're gonna move over to Adrian again. Say hi, Adrian.
Hi.
We're gonna move over to Tadpole.
Hola. Howdy.
Guess the game I already
Buenos
played,
dias.
Star Maker. That's the game I wanted. Took 2 games.
And last but not least, we're gonna go over to Gypsy.
Hello. I am Cedron today.
1 second, because my daughter's trying to talk to me at a real bad time. Kiddo, because I said so earlier, so I need you to and get some lunch. Like, maybe you can talk to me after the game, and I'll be happy to entertain any questions, concerns,
Oh wow. German just finished
gripes or
this.
grievances you have, but not right
So
now.
it's just what the 10th level current thing's called.
No?
Yeah,
Elemental wild shape.
yeah, and I get to turn into element.
Alright, so when last we left, I guess... what did happen last time we left? We
Killed a lot of zombies.
did, but we also had some fights with some little teeny tiny little baby plant birds. They weren't babies, but you know, they're close enough. Which went pretty well. I think we got yelled at for feeding the birds, or at least the wildlife in general.
We or I?
Rick.
I don't think you were the only one who fed the birds. I believe you and Guts both fed the birds.
Yeah, but I took them to the back mew.
That's true.
I was the smart one who killed the birds first.
Thereby causing them to attack and steal food.
That was fine.
And then what we did is we went back to the dungeon that I am calling Cuthbert's Test. We found out that there were zombies all over the place, and that the big old grave behemoth, or whatever it was, it's a grave behemoth, had escaped using a platform of zombies to lift and carry its prodigious bulk outside of the dungeon. We killed them pretty easily, although it was a little bit of a sloggy combat, even I can admit. And we did a little bit of exploring. We found some magical items, which one of the things we're going to have to discuss is who goes what to where. And then we found out a note, and according to the note, Cuthbert, the guy who set it up all, was more or less betrayed and died, and it's reasonable to assume that the corpse we found was of his. But he had some cool magical stuff on him.
But we forgot all about it because no one talks to each other between games.
That's true.
Oh, we do sometimes.
Well,
been really bad
let's see what we talked about between games.
As I said, just not recently.
I see a DPZ meme. And then a little bit about our characters. which sounds about right. There was also sort of a conversation that we had with Farron and the others of the NPC party, wherein if we were not back on time, they were going to leave us to our own devices and then send out a search party. There was going to be no search party, as we sort of divined, I would say, or figured out. She was basically lying through her teeth, which is understandable. I mean, time would have gone very fast for you guys away from them. But we are here right now. We sort of have to decide who gets what for the magical items we found.
I already claimed the lamp.
You've already claimed the lamp?
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
and then I
it's
guess
not.
the other thing that was important, which is fairly important, is we leveled up. We're finally level 10. We're big boys now. And girls. I wouldn't want to assume.
Can you check me each of the elemental tokens, please?
Each of the
Oh, wait, I
elemental
can-
tokens?
Or can I do it myself?
No.
That's when Adrian realized he's never picked his spell.
I've already got the fire one.
Water one probably exists somewhere.
Water one, thing he has. Tadpole.
What's that?
This might work like this. Does that make
Well,
anything
I can
easier?
just. Oh no, because I won't have control of it if DD.
When you
tracks
need
it.
one, I'll pull it on there.
Yeah.
It'll be good enough. We do have the stat blocks because Adrian graciously gifted the monster manual to me once upon a time.
So what do you guys think? Animate objects, Bigsy's hand, Code of Cold, summon devils.
Animate objects. Be like sush.
So my question for you is, I mean, other than the who gets what and what we're doing with these magical items and whatnot, what next? Are we taking some time to figure out who gets what? It's a little...
Probably a
is
good idea.
What it is. I mean, Guts isn't exactly here right now, but, that's kind of what
Do we have anyways with the items? Like, okay, I see that masks and
They
stuff.
should be in the handouts, yes.
I think we're thinking, Guts gets the nails, she doesn't have any eyes, and she's a hag.
Now, I will say up front, that would still blind her.
I know, but still.
I mean, honestly, they would synergize with the blind man's eyes, but like, it's still you're giving up sight for 15 feet of blind sight.
So if no one else wants the mask, then I'd take that. I'm not sure what else I would take. Is it just the mask, nails, lamp, and the belt?
And the
blindfold.
suit as well.
I would probably want the mask, but I don't know. I don't know how we deal with that if two of us want it. So
I just cast Modify Memory where you tell me that you wanted to give me the mask.
And it also should be
And then,
noted that the belt is probably not good to use right now. I would have stressed that a little bit further.
But we
I take
wanted
it out,
to
I
use
immediately
the belt.
teleport. Someone else shows up, saying, "Who are you people?" I come back. It's been 1,000 years. I'm finally a lich.
I just realized that you may choose to flip a coin for that gambler's suit. So that gambler's suit is actually just cool.
You do not have to. Yes, you don't have to activate it. It's a choice thing.
Well, I'm not just gonna call claim to 2 items, but if no one else takes the suit, I'll take it. But Guts might want that one.
I'm trying to remember what the items are.
If you bring out the handouts, they should have the descriptions on them.
Yeah.
Okay. Not the party loot. Okay.
And they're probably there, sort of towards the middle, under the handout section. I don't know if you guys see that or not. To be
What was it titled?
Well, there are several. They all each have their own images. The gambler's suit, the blind man's eyes, Cuthbert's mask.
Oh, that's right.
The nails, hag's nails, the unoccupied lamp, and the belt of teleportational misdirection. So while we're sort of musing over that and deciding if we really want what it is that there is, what do we do next?
Let me ask about that mask. Okay, so that you have to wear the mask the entire time if you want that bonus to the AC. Silly question, but I assume that's the case. Yeah. Well, what do we want to do next? Cleaning's always a good thing to do.
I just imagine while everyone else is kind of standing around talking about shit, Deadpool's always running around cleaning anyway.
Would you be running around cleaning in like the dungeon?
Absolutely.
Oh.
I don't care where it is. Dust is the enemy of the people.
Oh, there's a
Sounds
lot
like
more than dust right there. There's a lot of gross zombie chunks.
Oh, I'm in hog heaven then.
Ugh.
Clean up, everybody, everywhere.
But yeah,
I'm just singing happily.
Rick.
You're a little low there, Gypsy.
Am I?
Yeah.
I was just saying, I reckon that mask should go to Rick, because he's usually right up in the middle of everything. Just purely for the AC bonus, let alone the abilities.
I don't think it's overly. I just thought it was cool.
Man, do you know how much 1 AC is, especially when you've already got over 20?
Fun.
Exactly.
Yeah, do you know that what that 1 AC would do to me? It would give me 10.
Oof.
Yay for negative multipliers. But I think milk just turned up, so I shall be back in a minute. I need coffee.
All right. So again, is there anything we particularly want to do? Or do we want to head back to the camp? Do we want to continue on trying to chase? Or
We've cleared everything out in this area. How much time is left in the day?
It's still fairly early. I mean, it was pretty quick. You know, you're fighting with the zombies.
Well, I say let's keep going and just, pick a few things up here and there, like pretending that we're harvesting, and just see what we can see. Do a kind of a crap job of both, and just see what happens.
So they're not exactly expecting you to do any harvesting today. That was kind
Well,
of
then screw it. Let's go. Let's go see what there is to see. Kill what there is to kill. Clean what there is to clean. Let's go. Adventure awaits. Think of all the new areas we can clean.
Do I put this belt on and press a button?
Okay, don't teleport yourself into a time zone.
So you have about a mile or so that you can really go and explore in. I mean, you can go further by all means. Don't let me be the one to tell you you can't. You can, but as you approach, the very edge of this sort of time dilation caused by this spell, you can sort of see out into the forest, and while it moves at a very, very rapid pace, it sort of makes it difficult to take in specific details because, there's a ton of movement, things are happening to go very quickly. Even the trees and stuff are snaking through, whip fast, growing, dying, etc., all in, the blink of an eye or the span of several seconds. You can tell that the forest beyond that is taking on sort of what only can be described as sort of a sickly pallor. What has been very lush, overgrown, abundantly green, is starting to sort of droop, die. Things are not growing quite so fast. It's not that it's becoming a wasteland, so much as that as you're looking on, things are starting to become sort of corrupted. You can tell that whatever is beyond this sort of shimmering area is having sort of a rough time.
Back.
Okay. Do we notice can we do like a nature check or whatever to see if I can figure out what's causing all this?
I can tell you what's causing all of it. The giant undead thing we left into the forest.
What's happening?
Without knowing the specifics of it, yes, that would probably be your best bet. It's odd, though, typically undead doesn't affect things like that. There isn't a negative aura or energy or corruption that typically comes from undead. But, I mean, something's causing it. There's some sort of new catalyst to it, and the big old guy that presumably just ran to the north is your most likely assumption. We're sort of checking out and exploring a little bit to the north, right at the borders of the time dilation from the spell that is being upheld. And we're seeing that things are sort of being corrupted inside the forest at pretty rapid speeds. Not quite as quickly as one might expect, but sure enough, it's still happening.
I missed that very last sentence you said.
Sure enough, it's still happening.
Well, this is an area that not native to us. I have no ties here. If we want to go to a different direction, I'm perfectly fine with that. And I'll take that as a complete agreement from everybody.
Yeah, why not? Tadpole gets it, right, Tadpole?
That's right. Darn tootin'. All right, let's. You know what? I'm gonna roll a 1d12 and let's just go that direction on the clock, and just see what.
Oh,
Well,
go
when
back
it goes
to
north,
clerics.
we'll just walk straight out of the time bubble.
That's true. We don't want to do that, do we? Guess there is that
Yeah, we
possibility.
could just go back to the clerics.
Okay,
Well,
so
what
I
is the
think
range of the
we need
clerics?
to tell them.
It's about a mile in a circle.
Have we-
originating from them?
Have
At
we?
the moment, you're to the edge of it.
Oh, well. Maybe let's go grab the clerics and say, let's go. Let's go someplace else.
We should probably check the undead thing before we ruin the only food source that they have.
Well,
They're
these
gonna
aren't.
be such dicks over this.
I
They're
mean,
gonna be assholes over this.
what do we really owe these people? Nothing. Really? Right?
I'm gonna get some more coffee. I'll be right back in a moment.
All right.
I mean, you're not wrong. Although,
And I am evil. So,
I guess we. She is right. We do not really have any ties to them directly. We only need them to get back to the edge of time.
that's right. We'll just use them to the utmost of our ability. Take
But-
what we can and run.
If it begins to affect further than just this glade, then we may run into more difficulties in the future.
And then we run then.
Running doesn't exactly become me. And
That's because you can't run as fast as I can.
It shouldn't become you if you try and claim to be from my heritage.
I don't claim to be from your heritage. I was an orphan. I descend from dragons. Not from pink little people like you.
Pink?
Well, what are you? I can't remember.
I've always been seen as a silver dragonborn.
Oh, you're Dragonborn. Oh, okay, you know what? You're not so bad in my book. You're kind of like the redheaded stepchild of dragons. Me, however, I am a direct descendant.
What did you think I was?
I don't know. I thought you were a humanoid of some kind. I mean, a pink skin of some kind. Keep in mind, I can't see your figurine, your little mini. I can't see your, I don't know. Your voice doesn't give it away. I don't. So I'm okay if we want to go try to track this stupid undead thing down, but I don't think it's necessary for us to do so.
Necessary, probably not, but it would also be a lot more
Well,
interesting.
regardless, we'll need to grab the
A
clerics
more
regardless.
even fight would be.
We need to grab the clerics
Yes.
regardless. So let's go get the clerics, see what's going on back at base camp,
Okay.
and sound like a plan?
Then we also make sure they don't run away on it.
Yeah. And if they want to run away, we'll just nail their feet to the ground. Literally.
All right, so we go ahead and make it back more or less to the base camp, or rather to where they're sort of gathering things for the day. And as I mentioned before, not a lot of time has passed. You only traversed about half a mile there, half a mile back, although it was through, particularly hard to travel areas. So they're sort of working around doing their own things, and they look to you, and they're quite surprised to see you. Farron would speak up. Back so soon? I take it went well then.
As well as anything can go. And I guess. Would anyone be wearing the suit?
It doesn't fit me.
My guess would be that cut.
I have my plague doctor's thing going on.
I mean, has anybody taken the mask?
Rick wanted it. I wanted it.
Okay, that's fine. There was actually almost nothing I wanted out of that group of magic items.
I just wanted the lamp because it's a new home for me. So, because I lost my portable castle.
Yeah, there's none of the new magic that I wanted really.
Are you sure you don't want 15 feet of blind sight?
And be blind to begin with? No.
But you gain advantage on spell attacks.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Come on, monk. It went as well as anything seems to go around here. I mean, we came back.
She nods. Well, good then. Our day hasn't quite gone as well. There hasn't just been as much to find, frankly. We're thinking of two things. As we mentioned before, if something happened to you, we would have fully, cut and run, as it were. But if you've gone and you've taken care of the threat that there is, we're probably good to stay another couple of days and finish out our quotas and then return back to the end of time.
Oh yeah, we took care of it.
All right, well, good. Glad to hear.
But maybe we should go ahead and maybe move to a different area.
What do you mean move to a different area? I mean, this
Well,
is
someplace
where
the
ground has been consecrated, as it were, enchanted. I mean, this is the place where things grow best.
And not far from here,
Yeah, but
there's been a taint laid.
You are like super, super low there, Zydrone.
Might be my mic position.
Must be. So I didn't get what you said.
say the last thing again, please.
And not far from here, there seems to have been some form of taint laid.
Well, I suppose that's true. We could go a bit further to the south, outside of the garden. It might be a little bit slower to gather materials, but there shouldn't be any problem gathering them.
And that's the complete other direction from the tainted area?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a great area to go.
Yeah, that sounds fine to me.
All right. Well, do we want to make it a full day's, a 10-mile journey, or?
Yep, that's a great idea.
If the displacers and the clerics can stand up to the travel, then that's fine.
She's going to give you guys an insight check, because something's not quite adding up. As soon as I find her character sheet.
So I'm just a little bit confused. Is our plan at the moment to ignore the problem and walk the opposite direction?
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Is your deception roll good?
We're sort of doing it against an arbitrary number because we're not exactly flat out lying.
I mean, we haven't lied at any point. We didn't pipe up.
Perhaps flat out is misspeaking on my side, but we haven't exactly lied, but we're sure we're holding a lot.
Yeah, we didn't. Oh, yeah, she believes us with the 13. Come on.
She's pretty sure, yeah. She's, she doesn't quite understand why, but she does buy that there was some sort of corruption in the area where you took care of the threat. But
I mean, as far as we know, it's been centuries outside of our bubble, so it could have degraded to nothing, and it is just a taint that remains.
Exactly.
That's right.
We couldn't leave the circle.
Well, while we're discussing this, I'm going to go jump into the pool, jump into the lake, the little pond again, and enjoy that wonderful water.
Right.
Wash my clothes again.
I will like a survival check, probably from the person who has the highest survival. I do not know if it will be one of you or it will be Farron or one
I have
of the
5
NPCs.
Okay, that's better than me.
I have 5. If no one has better than that, I'm a bad natured druid.
Nature druids are overrated.
I got one. Is that better than 5?
Maybe for a barbarian.
Let's see. She's not great at nature. Or excuse me,
Survival, isn't it?
Yes.
Wouldn't
The
scout
scout has 5 as well, so
Yeah.
it's up to you to make the check.
Huh.
At advantage, of course.
Okay, cool.
Either way, we do believe we make it safely into an area to the south. Of course, our token is underneath it because of reasons.
That wouldn't be.
We take all day, basically, and we travel on through. It's slow going. It's been noted before. The fact that it's taking us basically an entire day to move a 10-mile block is pretty indicative of that already. Going south, we certainly do not see any sort of signs of corruption. We do know, of course, that the garden, and I do want to make sure you are on the map, is more or less in the middle of the area known as the Tangle. Not exactly in the middle, but there is Tangle all around the garden area. So something is keeping this sort of corruption from moving south. Now, whether this was our presence or what, we don't exactly know. But we are here, we are in a new area, and we have set up a new camp. Ironically, we're just going to be using the same map for it because, why not? It is nighttime. It is the traditional time to set up watches and make sure we are not killed in the middle of the night. Would we like to do our same watches that we have been previously doing? Or would we like to do something new? Am I coming through? Hello? If you guys are talking, I cannot hear any of you, so hold on a minute. Hello? Well, how interesting. We're going to go ahead and back out. We're going to exit Discord, and we're going to try again. So you may or may not be able to hear me at this point. But we're having some technical difficulties. Hello.
Yeah.
Sweet. So I've got 8 hours 21 minutes
I
until I
heard
can
her.
torrent Cyberpunk.
We decided that since you died, we won the game. On level 20. We just told the audience we'll be ending today. We'll be coming back next week with a game of Cyberpunk 2045, the new tabletop game.
Yay, you win. I'm
And
so
then
happy.
next year, Bunkers and Badasses.
Next year we can play back. Yeah. It's just gonna say that.
All right. Well, I'm back. What was the last thing you guys heard?
I don't know.
We found that treasure.
Yeah,
I forgot.
Tadpole ran
People,
into
it's
the
been a
pool again.
minute.
Tadpole ran into the pool again, and I said that it feels like a very familiar place.
I was trying
so-
to compare any water to the water that we experienced earlier, see if it's the same real amazing stuff.
Gotcha. So let's see.
It's acid.
It's not acid, but it's certainly not as good. It's just regular old water. You will have noticed, however, that this area does not show or exhibit any of these signs of corruptions that we had been seeing before. Now, our time distortion field is only about a mile. We are sort of, or we were, while we were in the garden, sort of towards the middle of it. It is very feasible that the corruption would have went around us into the southern areas. It does not seem to have done so. For some reason, whatever reason that may be, the corruption did not spread any further south from almost that line of where that time dilation was before that we saw. And again, no idea why. But either ways, we are on a new map. I said I am using the same map for the base camp. Because, why not? When we get back, or to this new sort of campsite, it is nighttime. Would we like to set up watches? Would we like to do the same watches, typical watches, or would we like to do something new and sort of mix things around a little bit?
I do not mind.
I can't remember what the watches are.
I have them written mostly down here.
Let's just go the last one we did, same.
Yeah.
Okay, so let us get perception from Zyadroan and from Scout, I believe.
Yes. Can I just take mine with advantage?
You can. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's good enough.
It's good.
Oh,
Doesn't really matter. Translation: you don't count.
Well,
Why taking first watch is best? You're usually going into things.
it's kind of the thing, it's still sort of early night. Nobody wants to attack you early night when people just go to bed. Our second watch, Adrian and Rick. Perception checks from the two of you, please.
that doesn't.
Aw.
Not good, but I can still do it.
Aw.
It's not good, but you can still do it. You guys don't
not good. Okay.
really notice basically a thing. And you know what? I think I am going to change my map a little bit. So we're just going to grab all of our tokens.
Put enemies
we're going to
on
copy
it.
them, and we are going to move on to this map for no particular reason.
Raise it.
There may or may not be raisins. I forgot a wall. I'll just copy it. Whoops, not delete.
The only dried fruit I like is apricots.
I don't know if I'm still not hearing very well or what's going on, but I heard the only drive-through I like is apricots.
Uh,
You heard
I'm
more than
having
me.
trouble talking properly. Having trouble talking properly at the moment. I said dried fruit.
Dried fruit is apricots. That makes a lot more sense. Or apricots.
Yeah.
You don't like
But
raisins?
at the same time, it doesn't make a
Yeah.
ton of sense because.
Or prunes?
Well, we were talking about raisins.
Fair. Okay. I take it all back. It makes perfect sense.
You know, Fraser, there's only so many times I can use it's early in the morning for us as a defense, right? Don't go growing it up on things like that.
Okay. Next, I would like a check from Tadpole, from Sadie, and from Hart.
Hey, well, the thing.
That, gentlemen, is how it's done.
What'd you get? 21. That's pretty good. But let us go ahead and... It's probably pretty bad. It's actually not awful.
It's your character, the stoic loner type, Zadron.
So
You
Tadpole, could you move your token
Oh,
to
distance.
around about where you would be while you're setting up camp? I assume we're sort of setting up camp on this stone platform, which is basically what it is, sort of in the middle.
Okay, so what are you asking? Set up my token where?
About at the point where you would be keeping watch at. And this can
is
be
there
everybody.
elevator? Is there like a broken wall or something that has a little more elevation that I could climb?
There might be some things like that, but there's nothing that would give you like a lot of elevation, like towers or anything. This is pretty much, despite what it exactly looks like, flat ground.
Okay, well then I'm just going to be circling, and so I'll just do. So I'm at 8 o'clock, so I would be over here somewhere.
Okay, you can. Yep.
That is a weird 8 o'clock. You Americans are weird.
Oh, sorry. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, no, you're right. Down here. Down here. It's early for me too, man.
See, these things happen.
There you go.
Americans, man. Only Americans.
What do we do now, huh?
Everything backwards, apparently.
Why, what happened?
Here's Tadpole trying to find 8 o'clock on the clock, puts it at 10.
I don't understand.
Well, you got to give a couple of hours for time differences.
Well, that's because
yes,
12 is
it's
over here,
daylight
right?
It's daylight
12's over here.
savings, Gypsy.
Exactly.
It's daylight savings.
Fucking daylight savings. I hate that shit, man. It's my nemesis.
So out in the distance, you notice Tadpole some sort of some movement, and whatever it is doing a pretty good job of sort of staying stealthy, but not quite good enough. I mean, you're
Further off
awfully good.
where I'm at.
Mhm.
Yes.
All right,
like-
I'm gonna shoot it. I'll shoot it with my bow,
Okay, go ahead.
and I'll just keep taking shots. Because if it's something better yet, I'm gonna take my wand of magic missiles and shoot it.
All right.
Since I don't have to roll to hit on that.
Uh,
Well, the question: do I see it?
what's that?
Do I see it?
You can't clearly make out what it is. It's more movement that you see at this point.
Okay, so one of magic missiles wouldn't guarantee a hit then. Okay, then a short bow. And I'm just keep popping off arrows until I hit something or movement stops.
So, I mean, you're fairly fast when you're attacking, but past the first shot, which you do think hits it, and the second shot for that matter, whatever it is, just backs off almost instantly.
All right, who is it that I'm on watch with?
Hart and Sadie.
Okay, well, I'll circle around and warn them that I saw some movement. Probably was nothing more than a small animal, but just to be certain, just be careful.
Okay.
And I'll continue and I told him I shot it. Actually, I'm going to tell him, then I'm going to go out and investigate where I shot.
Okay.
Retrieve arrows, whatever.
You know, you didn't shoot extremely far into it because, pretty dense vegetation. But, probably about 60 feet or so past where you were. You find sort of this pool of what would be blood to some sort of plant-like creature. It's sort of this
Sap.
darkish, thickish, brownish sap or resin almost.
All right. I'll kind of scoop a little bit of up onto a leaf and take it back to Hart and, was it Sadie you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hart and Sadie.
It's
See if
sticky.
they can make anything out of this.
It's real sticky.
I'm not getting it on my scales. I'm actually just trying to scoop it up off the leaf.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you would still notice that it's sticky.
Yeah. Okay. And then I'll continue my watch.
Hart couldn't wager a guess. Some sort of indigenous life. Something like that. But, he's not experienced enough. And Sadie is kind of distracted still. She's sort of keeping a watch, but she's also sort of furiously writing down things at the time. So your watch is over.
Okay.
You would be waking up Guts, Sue, Farron. Oh, yes. So
Okay.
Guts obviously is not here. I'll check a roll for Guts. The others are going to come back in.
Are we all climbing into what's his name's lamp?
It only fits one person.
It only fits one, but and I do presume you tell people that something else is out there, around there.
Well, yeah. When we switch shifts, yeah.
Put the lamp up a tree.
And I show him the leaf
Mm-hmm.
with the goo on it.
I'm not in the lamp all the time.
It's going to take me a little bit longer to roll.
Are you on the lamp now?
No,
Let me know when you're
Because-
in the lamp.
I would like to be perceptive of the things around me.
I'm going to play a practical joke and get a cork and cork the lamp.
What? Did you just
You
say?
know what Hold on, you know what I just thought? You jump in the lamp, I'll throw the lamp, and you jump out of the lamp.
Yeah.
All right. They do not particularly see anything either. So as far as they know, whatever it is that you did, I mean, I guess they know what you did. You scared off whatever it was that was out there. So it is the next day, and we are sort of going to continue our harvesting tasks. We're trying to knock this stuff out and grab enough food so that we can basically get the Rebel Yell out of there.
Say Rebel Yell?
I did.
Ritual cast.
Right.
That must be a southern thing.
I mean, yes. Sure. What are you asking about?
I'm just gonna do that now and then to see if the tank's getting any closer or anything like that.
Are you going to be burning all of your castings for it for the day, or are you?
No, that's why I'll take 10 minutes every now and then to cast as ritual.
Okay, fair enough.
So,
Hey,
so I don't have to
about
use
the
this
goo.
a lot. What was that?
Ask them about the goo on the leaf from the thing I shot. See if they
Okay,
can identify what that's from.
Doesn't work like that. If I had talked with trees, I could spend some time, an hour, changing my chosen things. Wait, no, I don't even have tree speak at the moment. How do I not have tree speak? Isn't that like a level 2?
It'll be a pretty boring conversation.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah,
2 or
speak with
3.
plants.
It's pretty, yeah.
Yeah, level 3. It's
Pretty
speak
early.
with plants. I mean,
So, as you're asking about the blight, and first of all, the trees are sort of standoffish, which is a little odd. Because normally, any tree is sort of excited to be talked to in its own sort of magical language, as it were. They are vaguely aware that something is going on to the north, but it's, tree rumors, which you may expect to go pretty slowly, pretty quickly. They had heard about it. They had heard that it was getting pretty bad to the north, but that it doesn't seem to be spreading any further to the south.
Why didn't you order up there?
True.
What was that?
What, do they have nothing better to do than stand?
yeah, stand around talking.
It's
Let them
basically,
out.
they're like high school girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you hear that cross-pollinated with a spruce?
But no, yeah, I'd just cast that.
A birch cross
That's one point.
pollinated with the spruce. Call it Bruce.
All right, so we are on our things to do list. We're going to be popping stuff up. By the by, the spell is now going to be maintained by Trug for the day. Who's healed? So what would we like to do? Let's go ahead and start with the NPCs. Let's start with Zydroan. Things should be noted that we are trying to stress by Farron the gathering of food at this point. Pure and simple. She wants to grab her food and she wants to get out of here.
I'll get a couple of handfuls of berries, but I'll just do general
would-
scavenging.
You're gonna what?
Do general scavenging for other useful items.
Okay. All right. With a 16, you managed to find about 4 units of basically usable metal. Now, it's kind of hard to say what it was at one point. It is now an iron. Kind of a rusty, chunky lump of it. Whether, of course, it was some sort of weapon, whether it was some sort of statue, it's almost impossible to tell. But it is something that, with enough processing and refinement, you can get some usable metal out of it.
That works.
All right, and we are going to go next to... let's go ahead and hit Rick.
Don't hit him. He's the guy.
Sometimes you gotta hit people.
I would like. No, like you.
You are popping in and out, and I do not know if it's on my
Rick
end or
enjoys
it's
it,
on
don't worry.
your end.
I think it's because they're on the
I
bottom
would
of the
not
world.
be sure either. I would guess it would be my end.
Okay.
Yes. With your internet, yes.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to use base sense and speak with animals and try and tame. So see if using those can't help me tame an animal.
So you are sort of in a new area. So the animals that you were sort of working on are lost and gone forever. Its name was Clementine. But I do have the actual...
So can I look for new animals?
You could, but again, sort of the animals that are around this area are fairly similar. But I do have the handouts for them this time. I've actually managed to find them. We're gone ahead and made new ones. First of all, we have sort of the moss dog, which, sort of a plant-based canine type deal.
So cute.
And then we have what we are affectionately calling the horn beetle, which again is sort of more camouflaged than what it looks like, but still looks pretty similar to what it was. Or the description, rather. Oh, all right. So Rick, I'm just gonna move you so I
Very
know
cool.
you're. Tadpole, what is it that you would like to do today?
Okay, I'm going to ask probably a cheating question. Can I ask Guts to give me a bardic inspiration to do better on my roll? Is that cheating?
That would not be cheating. That is a thing that she could do.
All right. So
She'll pop you a 1d8, or is it 1d10 at this point? Actually, I don't know how she's leveling, so it's definitely a 1d8.
Here. Okay. So I will try for food.
All right.
And I will add a 1d8 on that. Woohoo! Look at this, guys.
All right, so you get 10 units.
I found
of
the
food.
mother lode.
Pretty much. It's pretty decent. And again, I'm just going to sort of move you down so I know that you've gone. Adrian, what would you like to do
Go
today?
back all then.
I will do my usual.
All right.
I will lick all the beetles. What?
Pretty good. So that is 7 units of chips, which is the most we've gotten yet. Alright, so I'm going to move you down. I'm going to go over to Guts, who is going to survival things. Another 8 food on that one. Alright, we're going to hit Farron, who will do the same. We are going to do Scout. Heart. And then the hags. Is that everybody? Sure is. So, yeah, you know, whether it's just relocating, getting a fresh bearing on it, or what it is, we managed to spend the day getting, you know, more food than we've ever managed to collect in one single day. We managed to get a total of 4 metal, 46 food, and 7 chips. So give me uno momento and I will knock that stuff down. We are at a total of 160 food, which is
The thing, I was trying to not get food.
close to where we are. We are at 4 metal, an additional 7 chips. And that is everything. So at the end of the day, when we're sort of loading up our supplies back onto the displacer beast, everyone's sort of gathering around for the day. We've, you know, been relatively close to each other, but there's a lot of wandering as you're doing it. Mostly you're sort of picking things up off the ground. It's maybe a little bit more complicated than that when it comes to certain things. You know, grabbing the chips and the metal and things, for instance. You're actually digging through and searching through things, piles, underbrush, that sort of thing. But Farron comes up and speaks up, and she goes, "We're making good progress. I can't stress enough, though, that I think we need to hurry on getting this food so we can get out of here. Whatever's going on with this corruption, we probably don't want to be here too much longer as it's spreading along. We've been out here for, goodness, a week or so already, and I understand there were some setbacks with the Beenabber birds and all, but let's settle down. Let's do one more good day, and let's knock it out, and let's head home. Well, to my home, and whatever it is to you."
Sounds good.
Okay.
Zydron,
Want to watch? Yep.
before you go down for the night, it's certainly not unreasonable that you would wind up casting the spell again.
Yeah.
And you would be sort of asking sort of the same questions about, where the corruption is and all that. And you sort of get a very cryptic, "they're coming" from it.
I mean, can I get any kind of feeling of how long? Do we have time to just do what we're doing and dip?
You may have about a day or so. Whatever it is that's coming is moving much
I think we
quicker
should stick around.
through the forest than you are. Through the jungle, rather.
We should just.
If it's
What?
going to catch up to you, it's probably going to catch up to you regardless.
Let's leave now.
Alright, well, we'll keep
Which
up
way
the
for it?
we'll keep up the thing, and we'll leave it as a surprise for the
Yeah, I think
barracks. If it catches up, it'll catch up either way. As long
you're
as we
telling
protect
Clyde,
whoever's.
right?
I'll tell the party that we might have something to deal with soon.
But you're not telling the NPCs?
Not currently, no. Don't want to start a panic.
Okay.
Very wise. Very wise.
So I'd probably save it for who's on next watch.
The
Which
first
Dwight?
watch starts with... Oh, jeez, I just lost it. It's you,
Then
Scout, and Farron.
Yeah, and then whoever's on the next watch, I would tell them. And you just obviously tell them, don't let the others know, the clerics and everything. Hart and stuff can obviously know, he's part of us.
Sure, I'm assuming the party NPCs,
So,
the hirelings, are
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I assume they're privy to whatever, unless you're sort of excluding them from it.
On purpose, yes.
Mhm.
Which me personally, Zydrone would still tell Hart anyway.
Fair enough. Are we taking any extra
We
precautions?
literally treat those guys like pieces.
I mean, I guess I'd be more attentive knowing, but I mean, there's only so much I can say that I'm doing with a
Sure.
12. I don't have any spells that particularly give me a upper hand currently, or at least not memorized.
All right. Well, it is down to sort of watches again. Let's get from Scout and from Farron and from Zydrone.
Oh, that was the 12 I rolled before. I can re-roll that if you want.
Fair enough. No, it's good enough.
I'm happy with re-rolling a 12.
I'm sure. Whatever is coming, must be further back than you suspect, because again, you sort of, there's nothing coming upon you in the middle of the night, or in the beginnings of the night at least ways, and your sort of watch passes by fine. It's sort of a peaceful night, if there are a lot of bugs. Because of course there are. Adrian and Rick, it is your turns. Perception checks.
On my watch, being told that from Zydra, I would also want to on progress.
Okay, so what are you asking?
I would
Well,
imagine the
just
same as me.
all I'm asking is about what's of just keeping progress, keeping tabs.
All right.
Significant. Super close.
What you get is a
Keeping, I don't know. It's
all right. What you get is they're very close, sort of a jumble of things. Half of you, half of the trees are saying things along the lines of keep them safe, and half the trees are sort of saying don't trust them. Adrian, between you and your owl, you're
if
being...
I say,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if I say who are they, do I get anything back, or
No, they're playing the
Is-
pronoun
is
game,
it not?
basically. Everybody knows who they are.
Pretty sure communion with nature isn't like
I
an
love
actual
the pronoun
discussion
game.
with them.
Yeah, it's not exactly a back and forth either.
That speak with plants.
I know.
It's more of a feeling. You get the feels.
I have cast it, so I see how it works.
But Adrian, between you and Quarks the Owl, you're being approached pretty quickly by a fair number of people that are you sort of recognize. You do not exactly recognize who they are, but you definitely recognize the types of beings that they are. They appear to be sort of these bramble folk, which is I like to call them. They're sort of the tree people that we've seen before, that, Bramble happens to be a part of, and that the ones that we were approached before are a part of. They're moving quickly, and they're moving towards you, and they appear to be sort of panicked as they're moving towards you.
Like, gonna stab us or running away from giant undead horde kind of panic.
I'd imagine it's the latter.
Very specifically, running towards you. Surely they're running from something. It's pretty obvious. There's not like a lot of furtive back looks, but they know where you are. It's fairly obvious at this point to them, and they believe at least you can offer them some sort of safety. So we have a whole bunch of tokens, and we have a whole bunch of handouts.
Someone wake me up so I can cast hallucinatory terrain so we're not here.
So when I hear,
What's that? And for some reason, one of their names didn't show up. But it is what it is. Two of their names didn't show up. And again, a whole bunch of handouts. Possibly. I swear I made handouts. Were those handouts? You know, it's funny because I like organized things, and I think about organized things, I've just lost everything.
Likely story. Uh-huh.
Maybe I didn't make
That's why you know.
handouts for him. Look, if I made handouts for him, I can't find said handouts anymore. So we will do a good old Control Z on him so you can at least see. There are things a little bit better. Was it Shift C? Yes. And for the folks at home.
How does the internet man?
I basically heard, how does the internet?
Yeah.
To sexualize trees. It
The
cuts out,
internet
baby.
sexualized.
I said, how does the internet manage to sexualize trees?
It's apparently not very difficult. Who knew? But yes, they are coming, and they are coming quite quickly.
God, wood.
Ugh. Do you do
Are they-
anything?
Are they coming? Are they coming angrily, or are they?
You don't notice them at all.
They're just probably running from something, supposedly.
I don't notice them.
You do not.
So we waiting on Adrian to be like, oh, hey guys.
Oh, hey guys.
It was 19 not good enough.
I will
Oh,
greet
you
them.
did. You had an 18. I'm sorry. You would have noticed them as well. Oh, goodness.
Roll. You just assume that I have it.
I shall prepare for company, and I shall make elaborate but a makeshift fortification out of stone. I will make
Well,
I will-
Can I insight they're running quickly at us? Is it hostile?
No, I mean, they're not running at you to try to kill you. Like I mentioned before, they're pretty
probably running.
obviously running from something.
Yeah, so I'm making a little box fort out of this. I can make
10 by 10 foot.
yeah, so 10 foot. You could. I'm just reading this
I would-
somewhere.
I'd probably think about waking people up.
10 by 10, 10 by 10, blah 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 foot. So something like this,
Okay.
and then we'll be putting the walls at the front. Yeah, like in the front or
And
something
then we'll
probably.
put these.
I mean, the walls weren't there. You cannot move the walls that quickly.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm
The
just saying
bone
I
walls
just make
is
that
what I
spring
mean.
into existence. I wanted the walls
Put
where they
these
were
up
actually,
here.
right in the back where the opening. Yeah, like right where the opening is. So we can just, hang on the wall here. Do we see what they're running from?
You do not at this point. At this point, everybody would wake up as these sort of walls are magically raised from the firmament of, the ground underneath them. It's probably not a quiet thing.
No
is what
offense,
I'm
I did
getting
want
at.
to.
I'll just be sitting on top of
everyone
the
up.
wall.
It saves me a job.
So they would see this wall, they would appropriately start turning, and they would start coming in.
Okay. Camille's I joined.
Yeah.
Warn them about the bone wall. Don't go near those walls.
I slapped Zyjon in the back of the head.
Oh, yeah. Hello, Brambles?
Yes. The one which, man, I can't believe I butchered the name Sycamore. Sycamore. Would speak up. There isn't a lot of time. As you could probably guess, the things they're following us. It's probably best to get out of here. You're the group with the Accords, yes?
Yeah?
Sure, I can give a slight nod.
Great. We need you to get us to safety.
I call up.
Permanent
Farron.
safety,
Behind the
not
wall,
immediate safety.
I'll get George and me. Is
We'll
George in the
finish
leader?
off those things following you.
Yeah, I'll pull Farron up first, and I'll say, "Oh, I cannot speak for the Accords and any agreements. The one that you want to, you have the Accord with is that one." I'll point out Farron and bring her up and act as translator.
With tongue spell, I believe it would understand common. So we can sort of
Oh, well, that works. Then.
talk in common. At least with Sycamore.
Okay.
So the others are sort of milling around, though, unsure. They cannot speak the language. It's just one of those things. We're being followed. The witch trees are sending things after us. We have to go. You have to uphold the Accords. We want you to get us and the seedlings to safety. Permanent safety, again. Not just immediate safety. Farron is sort of confused, not understanding, or anything. The witch trees? What witch trees? The witch trees.
Which witch trees?
They're magical. They're guardians of the forest, typically, but they've been corrupted. There's some sort of creature out there, undead, immensely powerful. It's got a corrupting ability. There's no real time. We're ahead of them, and a fair ways ahead of them, but they do move quickly. They didn't notice that we stole away with all the seedlings.
Now, this is something that we can hear.
Yes, this is in
Something
common.
nonchalant.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it was just a taint. We didn't see any behemoth.
Only.
How many and what exactly chase you?
Well, the death
She
blooms
never
are
said it was
coming
behemoth.
before.
You just gave yourself up.
How?
The witchlings. I mean, I'm assuming that was sort of obviously not in. The death blooms are coming first, but the witch trees aren't too far behind him. There's 3 or 4 of them, but there could be more at this point. This isn't. I don't think we should be fighting this. I think we need to get out of here. You have to uphold the Accords. You have to get us to permanent safety.
I don't know what.
This is your call. We still have some supplies together, but if there's something chasing these ones and it's how you fulfill your bargains with them, we might need to leave a bit post-haste.
She sort of gives you a look a bit groggy, and I think you're right. Let's go ahead and pack things up and prepare to break camp. We'll just have to come without a little bit of food right now. Maybe we can scavenge some on the way. Or what now? Go ahead and let's break camp and let's make to leave then.
Because I do not have very many belongings, I will also Just checking. I'll also polymorph into something that can fly. I don't want to use my wild shape currently. I'm just trying to think of what would be the best for if something happens. But just, I will select something as we continue. But yeah, it will have flying, and I will basically just act as top scout for if anything's getting desperately close while everyone packs back up.
Okay. So I presume everyone is sort of, again, packing back up, breaking down tents, whatnot.
Yeah.
And so you go about doing this, and the Bramble folk are very insistent that we start leaving now. Just leave your things. We need to go.
Well, all my stuff is in my bag of holding, so I'm good to go now.
The NPCs probably would not be ready to go immediately. You know, things have to be cinched down, strapped down, all that kind of stuff.
Did Discord break up for you guys for about 5 seconds?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody connected for about 5 seconds, I think.
Oh, did we miss anything?
You said we need to pack up, or not even have room, don't have time to pack up, or something like that, and then everything went blank.
I think just nobody was talking then.
No, everybody was. I mean, yeah, because I heard you break in mid-sentence.
Okay. Well, the NPCs would not be able to leave. They have to, cinch things down, put things on. The pack animals aren't obviously always packed, so it would take some time to do it. Probably about 30 minutes or so.
I wouldn't.
I'll tell you when you don't have time to pack up anymore. Rick, you can just stay and help pack up so it moves quicker. We know what general direction they're coming from, so I can patrol from that.
I want to leave without everything.
You do or you don't, Rick? Again, you're breaking up like something awful.
Yeah.
You may have to type it out. You're like real bad right now.
Is that me that's breaking up?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So Rick, you're gonna start packing up everything, doing all that. The Bramble folk, Sycamore turns to you and goes, "Fine. If you have to pack up, you gotta pack up. But what should we do? Where should we go?"
I mean, I'm not there actually.
Technically, you're not there. Yeah, you're sort of up scouting, flying.
I mean, we are in a rush.
What? We're packing up, but shouldn't they be safe?
Do you mind helping us pack everything up?
Probably, but we probably also don't want them packing our shit up. We don't actually know what they're on about, or if they're on the up and up yet. I haven't seen anything yet. But again, I'm not there.
I mean, as you sort of mentioned this, Rick, they'd fine, just show us where to go, show us what to do. And then they sort of shuffled in the back and sort of very inexpertly began just shoving stuff, piling stuff on. without much time, if it actually happens, it's pretty obvious that they're making things worse and making things take longer. Because whatever they're doing, somebody has to go back over and redo.
You know what? They're in a rush. Let them make it take longer.
A perception check.
I was gonna help. I was gonna help them, but they're just acting like dicks.
Well, it's not that they're purposely doing it. They're just not. They don't really know what they're doing. But
I
yes,
assume
a
it was
perception
from me.
check. That was
Yeah.
for you. In one moment.
Guts, give me advantage. Carry
Uh,
your songs on the wind.
yeah, I got bad news.
You should unpolymorph and then do a perception check with your human eyes.
So you may or may not be able to see this.
Your quote unquote intellectual stats don't change, so my wisdom and stuff say the same. So it was off my stat anyway.
You don't see
The joke was unpolymorph midair.
Oh right.
anything. Like, there's absolutely nothing. The forest is 100% completely quiet. Practically until we get everything packed up.
I mean, is it like no bees or beetles or anything as well, kind of silent? Because that would be, that would be the kind of thing that I would fly back and tell them, like, it mustn't be too far away because everything's gone. The only things remaining seem to be the things that don't have a choice.
Right. And funnily enough, as you say that, just beyond, just relatively, close to you, there are these sort of...
Band like the quote-unquote front.
These plants that just unmeld, come out of, you're not quite sure, but from the vegetation. They weren't there one moment, and then all of a sudden, they are there.
Is there a lot of them?
There are 4 of them. And they have a nice little handout.
Well, I'd break my concentration for a start.
Oh, they're pretty.
I mean, they aren't bad. And then they roll for initiative. After clearing initiative.
I wonder what their pollen tastes like.
So go ahead and roll initiative. Don't forget to select your token.
For my first move, I will eat its pollen.
What would you like the NPCs to start off by doing? This does not have to be a thing that they do the entire time, but if, we're having them in the back protecting or doing whatever, I'm going to not roll initiative for them.
Protect the clerics and do ranged damage if they can. So
If there is one thing I would like the NPCs to do, it would be... Hart could pass me his flail.
Hart does not have his flail.
Hart has his lanterns, which
What?
I have tips on.
I thought that was established. Hart gave up his flail.
Oh
to
yeah,
me.
that's right.
Ah,
He gave that to me.
that's right.
That's why he's using the lantern.
I completely forgot about that.
I mean, I'd personally tell Hart to defend the non-combatants as well as Farron, and tell Scout to help us with range.
Adrian, how high is your wall, by the way?
10 by 10.
So 10 feet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fair enough. I just wanted to know if that was a thing that people could scramble up if needed be. We will throw Dawn on there just in case, so I know when they take their turn. But it'll likely be not much of a turn. After I roll this, I am going to go to the little dungeon master's room for about 30 seconds or so. Because, coffee catches up. Oh, right in Guts. Where the heck is Guts? There's Guts. Are we happy with Guts being right where she is?
Yeah.
Sure.
Is she?
I will be back in a couple of minutes. A couple of seconds.
No, can we move her into the middle of the group? Because most of her effects can be taken from inside the fortifications.
Wouldn't it already leave?
What? Just go die again? Hello?
No, I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm grooming to the toilet.
Okay.
Who's ready to fuck some plants up? Holy
Bought some
shit.
weed killer.
Dude, I've got some weed killer.
What's your weed killer?
Blight. 8d8 necrotic damage with a constitution saving throw, which on these things will be thrown with disadvantage and does maximum damage. Who wants to see 8d8 damage?
Oh, excuse me. Alright, and this is the last of my bean juice, I believe. Alright. Are we all back, first of all? Is anybody not back?
Never left.
I'm here.
Great. We're going to start with Farron. Farron is not going to take much of an action. She does not have any ranged things. However, she's going to come up to the side, at the very least. Hart is going to go next. I'm going to jump at his sheet and take a look and see what his range is, because I forget. Okay, 30 feet. So he's just out of range if he moves up. He will move, and he will hold an action to attack whomever comes first. Guts.
Give us buffs, Guts.
What Guts does Buff have? Wait, other way around.
I don't know, that sounded right to me. How did I roll 9 and have most of the party roll lower than me?
It's a very interesting.
Because
Guts
cheated.
does not have much in the way of buffs. It does not
Well,
look
she
like.
can do Bardic Inspiration, though.
Yeah.
She can
Check
do
out those.
Bardic Inspiration, and I suppose she will do as such.
Give it to
I'm not sure
Tadpole.
if she has a macro set up. She does not have a macro set up for Bardic Inspiration. Who wants Bardic Inspiration?
Everybody.
Yeah, give it to Tadpole though. She's up next and right next to Guts.
Alright, Tadpole, you have Bardic Inspiration.
I feel special.
It's this little flask sign because it's like chemical induced Bardic Inspiration. Don't ask. She also has a crossbow. I guess she will level the crossbow and take a shot at this one. Which misses. Tadpole, over to you.
I'm going to shoot that same one.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think I'll go ahead and... no, I'll go ahead and do my short bow.
All right, and we will...
Booyah! Look at
bardic
that.
inspiration if needed, and guess what? That was not needed.
I don't think I will. I don't think I will. Not right now.
Not gonna waste it.
Yeah. But that is a decent hit. Let's see.
And I will go stand right next to Guts.
All right. The skeletons.
They're going to basically move over here, outside the wall. Am I missing one again?
No, just 3.
Did another one die? I forget. Thought I had 4.
No, we wasted.
They're gonna
Or
shoot
not
this one.
wasted, but we put one into a trap.
All right. 2 hits.
20 damage for that one. And the owl's not going to do anything that turn.
Okay.
She can just get-
Scout. Middle 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And clamber on top of the ladder. And take 2 shots at the same one with her longbow.
Wow, Scout.
Miss pretty spectacularly. The Death Bloom, the first Death Bloom, will go 5, 10, 15. And then from it, several tentacles will snake out. 30 feet.
What am I thinking?
Six to be exact, about 30 feet away from it. Zydroan, you are currently in the air. They are not actually threatening you.
I would have broken. Probably would have broken polymorph when I landed, but it's a free action, break concentration anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
So you
But
are on
if-
the ground, though.
Well, no, if you were playing that as if I was in the air, I can be. I will take.
I mean, I'll say it now. It's up to you. Were you in the air or were you not in the air?
I mean,
Yeah,
I
nobody wants
would-
to get hit, but you know.
Yeah. that's it. But no, I would have been on the ground, yes. So if they would have had attacks from that when they were summoned or whatever.
All right, fair enough. So you are attacked by 2 of these long vines.
Yep, both hits.
10 hits?
Mate, 9 would hit.
Oh.
I'm not transformed at the moment.
Buy
You
some
know, a lot of
armor.
damage too.
Oh my
Well,
god.
I would have, but you know, I came into the party poor and no one's really shared. I haven't gotten anything yet.
That was a max hit roll right
You-
there.
Yep. It's okay, I'll pay it back. Also grappled.
Yes.
Wow, it really couldn't have done any more damage
It
to
could
you.
not have done any more damage. So you are the fist grappled.
Minus 28. Minus 18. My turn?
Yes, it is your turn. Before it is your turn, it should be noted that these vines are attackable. It's not necessarily a thing I do often, but it is happening now, and so it should be noted as such.
I don't know. Oh, wait. I can do this. First thing I do, I cast Blight on that fucker that just did it to me. Hurt me so badly. So ignore that damage. Because it's a plant, it takes max damage roll, which is 64 if it fails their con save. And it's at disadvantage.
Yes, it does. Slashes. So it will do con at disadvantage.
Yep. It fails and takes 64 damage.
Quite a reeling hit to it.
I would imagine so.
It is not quite bloodied, but just on the cusp of it.
That is fine, because after that I will use my bonus action to transform into a fire elemental. Because I'm a dick like that, and I'm a druid. I can't delete my tokens, so I will just move myself over here. And then those two vines also take the touch damage, which is, I believe, a d10.
Okay, could you go ahead and roll that?
Yep.
How far away do you have to stand from a fire elemental?
You can't be touching it. But at the same time, I can move through spaces up to 1 or down to 1 inch.
Actually,
Yeah.
why am I even worried? You're fire. I don't.
Yeah.
I'll walk through you.
Yeah.
Rick, it is your turn.
And I'm not grappled anymore because immunity.
I mean, believe it or not, I might rage.
Just to mix things
Doesn't
up.
seem like
Holy shit, the barbarian raging. Imagine that.
But on this first turn, I'm going to use the whole last turn saying potatoes. It takes a whole turn to say a word.
No, it takes an action. It takes an action, which is like 2 seconds of a turn.
Yeah. Oh well. And then I'm going to go stand next to, well, stand fly
Okay.
next to the fireboy.
All right. Next is this one's that has been hurt a little bit. It will move 5, 10, 15. And it will snake its tentacles towards heart, which will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it will be attacked twice. Heart, however, is not hit by 15s. Dawn and the NPCs will sort of hold their turn, obviously. This next Death Bloom. Okay, you're just out of the way here. We'll move you out of the way further. We'll go 5, 10, 15. And then 5, 10, 15, 20. That's, I don't know why I'm even doing that counting. Because that does not match up. Adrian, it is your turn. Ooh, and I also did something wrong. Hold on. Being plants, of course, they all are vulnerable to fire. At least these ones. Heads up.
what you're saying is fireball.
Fireball. Yes. Feel free to center it on me and Rick. Rick takes no damage, and I will literally take.
Well, you're not close enough. I'll put it right here so the fire
yeah.
elemental can heal, I guess.
Yeah, and then you don't hit Rick at all.
Yeah, see?
All right, dexterity
That's perfect
saving
right
throw
here.
from that top one right there. Dex, not its strong suit. It takes it.
It takes it, it eats it, it burns.
Which is enough to bring it down. Because, of course, it takes double damage.
You boys picked the wrong fucking fight. Imagine if these things were sentient, how stupid they're feeling right now.
Any movement? Staying where you are, Adrian.
Staying. Dragon's staying where it is too.
Okay.
If the plants were sentient, they wouldn't be like, hey, you see all those guys that, like, every single one of them looks like they can use fire. Let's go fight them.
Rick, you're being attacked twice.
He is flying.
Am I?
Are you?
I am flying. I'm flying. Yeah. I flew over the wall.
So how high are you flying? Like, this is a thing that I need to know. If you're flying, like, 100 feet into the air, I need to know that when you're flying.
I wouldn't be able to get 100 feet into the air. If anything, maybe about 10 or 15 feet up.
Yeah, here's 60 feet. He would have taken 25-ish to get where he was, and then make an attack, and then he would have had 45 upwards to play with. Or 35, sorry.
I'm going to say 15 and not 20-ish.
Okay. Then they are not attacking you. Farron will hold. Heart will attack the one right there. Burst with one. Whoops, the other way around. Not that it matters.
Oh, would you look at that?
Oh yeah, don't forget that the ones that I touch turn on fire.
Turn on fire?
Yeah, they turn on to fire.
They turn onto fire.
Yes.
They don't catch on fire, they turn on fire.
This one is now bloodied. Guts. Inspiration on Tadpole again.
No, I still have mine. Mine's still viable.
You didn't use it? Okay, fair enough.
Oh, I did not use it. So put it on surveillance.
How inspiring.
Actually, no. Give it to Rick, because I just
inspire
through stuff to kill it.
The ball of fire.
Yeah.
She will give a Rick inspiration.
The fire swells with pride.
But that will be it. She'll pull back 5. Tadpole.
When they killed this very pretty flower up here,
Yes.
did it affect its little seedlings?
The tentacles are actually coming straight from it, and they have gone as well.
Okay.
But I'm not going to bother to each and every.
No, that's fine. I just needed to know, so I want to deal with one. Okay, so then I'm going to move over there. I already measured it out. And then I'm going to summon my water elemental.
Okay.
And water the plant.
Boom.
The water elemental invigorated with the previous Hellsings.
Send him up to the big plant.
You got the fire elemental doing double damage. You got the water elemental to water the plants.
Double heal them.
15 hits.
If a water elemental's blood is water, would you be able to use that bucket of infinite water to keep the water elemental alive forever?
Probably not.
It's also not necessarily a bucket of infinite water. First of all.
My question would be if we could turn it into an acid elemental. With my bowl of acid.
My question is if the water elemental and the fire elemental put together, do we make 2 steam elementals?
I was thinking steam elemental would be pretty badass. Water elemental, but instead of it burns.
Yeah, boils.
No, No, you'd burst. Just duh.
Okay, so that's my turn.
Okay, the skeletons.
Once again, same one.
Okay. Unfortunately, none of those hit.
Sad.
Oof.
Scout will target the same. And miss both. Any action from the owl?
Nope.
Alright. Let's see. This one is actually dead. Zydrone.
Aye. I'm gonna move through all of these vines here because I have the movement to do it,
Mm-hmm.
and then go here and make 2 attacks against this vine one or this plant.
Alright, so just go ahead and give me 1 attack, if
Yeah.
you would please, for all the vines.
Yeah, I'll just do 1 lot of damage for the vine. And then
Do you walk through me too?
Oh no, because you're 15 feet in the air. I can't fly with this one.
Oh, you're not that tall.
No.
Oh, my bad.
And then 2 of these, and everything gets immolated on top of that. I assume, does the first one hit?
The first one does, in fact, hit. They both hit. Yeah.
8, 12. And it's lit on fire with double damage. Oh yeah, and then the immolation damage for that big one.
Which one?
Oh wait, no, the immolation doesn't take effect until the start of its turn.
Gotcha. Rick, your turn.
Good.
You also, like, totally broke up.
Yeah, I was just saying I'm flying over here and then gonna go back down into melee range.
Okay.
Then just make a couple of attacks.
Those are hit.
You could totally go back out of melee range too.
Yeah, but I'm not going to.
Don't want to have us fighting in caves forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is very much bloodied, but it is not dead.
I rolled 2d12 for a crit damage, and I got a 10 and a 1.
Someone might want to go have heart.
Heart is taking some hits.
I'll help Hard on his journey to the afterlife.
It's rough. 2 crits.
Let's see. He is, as
He's
you
about
may
to get ripped
suspect,
apart.
Pretty surrounded.
surrounded.
He's about to get ripped apart so hard.
No, which one?
One, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Intakes.
It's-
Whoa.
It's not your boy.
Let's add this.
It's your boy, unconscious.
97 points of damage.
Oh, well. And he doesn't rage because he's dumb.
He's not that kind of barbarian. He is still on his feet, although he kind of wishes he weren't. And he makes, he doesn't get to make it, just automatically grapples him. But he's got about 20 HP left. The spell is maintained.
Wow.
This one will turn and face the greater threat. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Wow. That's like more than I've expected.
Wow, that
The,
was
the
some
great, the
robot
greater threat, the greater threat of getting hydrated.
action.
Well, it's more like it's the one that's actually attacking it. And he will take, let's see, a bite attack. And I'm also going to turn this off right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bite attacks. At advantage. 16 hits, probably. Oh, I hit the wrong button. So, another big one to the water elemental.
These things are ridiculously strong.
Not really, they just hit really hard.
The water elemental takes 111 damage.
Water elemental still standing.
Is that
Barely.
I presume it's bloodied.
It's with resistance,
It
right?
has 3 hit points left.
Or at least the equivalent of it. Adrian.
That's halved.
Hi.
Don't forget the damage to the elemental should be halved unless it's a magical attack.
Oh, yes, it is halved then.
Oh, well, piece of cake. I'm not even bloodied.
What did I say it was?
Like
It's at 111
111? Yeah, well then half of that.
because I have 110, so 55 points.
Alright, now Adrian.
I will firebolt this one.
Okay. Does
I
it hit?
want to say... No, it's not new and improved. I thought that got leveled up.
It may not have done it by itself.
It rolled 2d10.
Oh,
You're
it did
1
roll
and a 4.
2d10. Yeah, you just rolled really low.
Oh, it's 11th level, I'm thinking. Okay. Sad.
Alright,
Oh, well.
the wormling.
Kakar. Wait, no, Romans don't say Kakar. So I'm gonna go over
They
here.
can.
He's
Yeah.
gonna breathe on the... He's gonna smell
They
the nice
can?
little flower. He's gonna breathe on them, you know.
Mm-hmm. Dexterity save. Fails. 5d8 acid.
Ah, I've also known I also gained a cantrip this level. Oh, I fucked that roll up. Oh, I fucked it up again. There we go. Can I take the 7s actually? Is that an option?
It is still alive, although it is very, very hurt. Let's see this one. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10,
Are they actually moving through me?
30. They are not.
But then I'll take my opportunity attack against one of them.
Sure. It immolates one of them. Rick, you are getting hit by 4 tentacles and a bite. We'll start with the bite. I mean vines, not tentacles.
Call them what you want.
And it also took the D10 fire damage at the start of its turn.
It did,
Big
yes.
So do they have flanking on me?
Yes, they do.
And just do that 6 for their inhalation damage too. And just lump it.
Okay. Yeah, so 25 a hit, 23 a hit.
Yes, 2 hits.
And that is it.
Imagine the barbarian that's almost impossible to hit to begin with.
Let's see. It is the start of the third turn, second turn?
Third.
Third turn?
Start of third, second, just
Okay. Guts. Roll perception. Of course. Alright, we notice from behind that there are several of the things that we have seen before.
More sounds.
Ooh, did I move the entire map right there?
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Wait, why do I have a first?
Because you're grappled.
Or you were grappled. Oh no.
Makes sense.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And anybody that would notice these moss dogs notices, if you had seen one of the moss dogs before, that these things are looking obviously off. They are not quite the same moss dogs as the one that Rick has seen, which I believe is more or less the only one that's seen them. They're certainly different. They're wrong. They're definitely a corrupted version of the things that we have seen before. Farron will move 5, 10, 15...
I was just about them with my friend.
20, 25, and 30, and will hold an attack. The first moss dog will 40 and attack Farron.
Just cut her in half.
Probably not, but I guess it's not outside the realm of possibility. Well, there you go.
Depends on how much damage they do.
Strength check for Farron.
30.
She makes it. Second moss dog. Doing the same. At advantage, misses. Heart.
Tries to escape.
Heart is in a kind of bad way right now.
That fireball heart got it.
Huh?
Fireball on heart got it.
I actually forgot to roll the grapples. Oh no, he's just grappled, isn't he?
Yeah.
Hmm.
He can try and escape. I think that's pretty much all he can do.
Can try to escape, because he cannot attack the things past it. Okay, so a grapple from Heart, which is, he will use, what is it, athletics? He will athletics.
It's just a straight strength check, wasn't
Is it just a strength check? Either way, with a natural one, even if it was the wrong one, he does not escape said grapple.
Well, it looks like I'm getting my lanterns.
He's pretty bad. Guts We'll have her turn, and let us see what sort of healing spells Guts has.
Does she have one called Let Heart Die?
Good healing spell from the necromancy school.
Probably the best thing that Guts can do, because she does not have a ton of healing spells, is polymorph Heart into,
T-Rex.
something else.
T-Rex. It is the best.
T-Rex.
It's got a skeleton T-Rex.
It is the best thing you can polymorph to, and we can all do it by this point.
Yeah, I believe
I kind of agree with Adrian there.
And
Skeleton T-Rex.
she has seen how many times that it can be absolutely amazing.
Yeah. We are going to flavor it
a
towards
skeleton
sort of
too.
a skeletal form of a
Grandma?
T-Rex.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Because of her bony magic.
We're just going
'Cause
to put her right
Because
here.
of her bony magic. Pretty sure that would break their grapple too, because they
It
wouldn't be able
certainly
to
would
grapple.
break their grapple.
Yeah.
Tadpole, it is your turn.
Okay.
You're going to hold on to a person that was once a person that is now a T-Rex.
Next.
You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
I had a question.
Oh, I didn't hear
we
that.
didn't hear a question. Yeah.
Yeah.
My question was, if we polymorph the skeleton walls and T-Rexes, do we get walls of T-Rexes?
I think T-Rexes just are basically walls if they lie down anyway.
Those are both definitely hits. I'll be back in like 10 seconds. Use the
Alright.
restroom.
Thinking of some all eggs.
Go on, heart. Give us a roar. You know you want to.
Oh, they're streaming some stuff. Alana Pierce has got her 2 hours of Nomad intro out. Because the embargo's gone finally. Ooh. I was gonna go co-pro. Do I want to watch
Alright, I'm
the
back.
Nomad intro? We beat the game and we're level 11 now.
Is it still
you keep
up?
saying that. Yes.
Is
I
what's
mean,
still
this
up?
one is hardly hurt.
Okay, then I am going to move there and attack it 4 times.
I mean, relatively hardly hurt,
And I've got this with advantage. And I'm going to spend a key point and do Fury of Blows. Then I'm going to move over here.
All right. It is just about bloodied. All right, the skeletons.
I'm gonna try to finish off that one they've been shooting at. 2 hits?
2 hits.
Ooh. 29.
That is enough. It is thoroughly finished off. The
I'm
moss
afraid.
dogs. Will attack Willow.
Hey, can I do like, is talking a free action, or we have to wait till like my
Talking
turn?
is a free action. Yeah.
I just wanted to
I'm
tell Farron if she gets a second to move.
not- We'll miss. Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I move before she does next.
Scout. Where is Scout?
If she does.
There she is. Will move as close as she can and attempt to attack the moss dog that is attacking Willow. Also, bless you.
Yeah, sure.
Whomever that was.
It was
We'll hit once for 3 damage. Alright, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It will go ahead and dash. 5, 10. The owl.
The owl will use his help action on this one
Okay.
and fly away.
Zyderoan.
I will first make my 2 attacks.
That's 1.
1 hit.
That is enough to bring it down.
With the D10 too.
It was enough to bring it down with that.
Yeah. And then so Tadpole's got that one. Let's go deal with the North Star. That's my turn.
All right.
I think it's 30.
More.
No, 50.
I'm sorry?
Sorry, I have 50 feet of movement.
Okay. 5, 10,
a bit.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It will dash 5, 10 right here. This one, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and we'll actually get to attack with advantage. I'll still miss. And last but not least.
Is there any of the bramble folk that seem to be carrying their quote-unquote seedlings? Like, is it something that we can visibly see?
I
them
don't
carrying?
trust the druid talking about seedlings.
It is not something you can just look at. Like, it's certainly not in human terms like a pregnancy or something like that.
Yeah.
However,
I was just wondering if, like, one of them was, like, carrying a box of something or, you know,
no, it does
something
not appear to be
visible on them.
anything quite so obvious as that.
Oh, if they don't want to tell us which one to protect first, they'll lose their
Wait.
children.
Did this one attack the wall?
This one came up to the wall, and now I'm looking for the wall. Here we go.
No, it gets dragged into the wall and ripped apart.
Because for the first time in like a long time, the wall gets to do something.
I mean, to be fair, we've fought a lot of sentient things, so, or, you know, higher than an average or higher than beast intelligence that would actually see the moving wall of skeletons and be like, not a good idea.
True. It will hit once.
It did the mash.
And will mash it. Which does not bring down the dog. Rick, it is your turn.
For the moment, I shall take. This one died, and all its tentacles did.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so I want to move over here. And then I had measured that out. Should be able to lightning spear this one. It's 120 feet for the lightning spear.
Mm-hmm. Presumably not hitting Tadpole.
No, see, Tadpole just catch and throw it back at him.
I like it.
I mean, technically, she could.
And she used a reaction to throw it back at him, causing him to do another lightning bolt on the plant, but hit Rick.
Yeah, because the lightning effect doesn't affect who it's actually aimed at. Only the things in between them.
We've discovered a combo maneuver, guys. Let's do it.
But we've been doing that. The lightning does affect the one that we're aiming at
Oh,
as
yeah.
well, so we would continue doing that.
Well, Rick still gets
Yeah,
half damage.
So yeah, I'd probably just target it straight at them.
Apple catch.
Before Tadpole's like, you know what? I'm not going to use my reaction. I'm just going to face check this.
You're doing it at Tadpole or it?
I want to do it. I want to do it at the plant, not at Tadpole.
Fair
I don't
enough.
actually want to be throwing them at Tadpole.
All right, go ahead. Let's see. Dexterity saving throw. It does make it.
It is very dexterous.
Well,
I think that's more luck.
yeah. All right. This one is dead. Dawn will maintain the spell. Adrian.
But yes, that is my turn.
I gave Farron a heads up, so maybe this might help, but there.
Okay. Dexterity saving throws. We're going to do the 3 Moss Dogs and then Farron. 1, 2, 3.
I wanted to warn Farron, so I gave her any help expecting it.
I mean, you didn't tell her what you were doing.
Watch out for the tentacles. What a tentacle! Oh God, why?
Her dex is pretty good, though. So the
All
Moss
those
Dogs.
Moss Dogs failed.
Yes, all 3 of them.
There's your damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay on my nice secure wall, though.
This one still alive. Water Elemental is still the biggest threat to it. Right, so a bite, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So hit. I don't know if that rolled damage or not. I don't think it did. 1, 2, 3. That one misses. Let's calculator this up.
Don't forget to divide by 2.
So 54 damage.
That is to the water elemental.
Yes.
All right, 54. I've got 5 left.
Okay.
Whoa.
This
Elevate.
one is dead. The wormling.
I'm gonna fly this way.
Okay. Farron starts her
Let's
turn.
make a dex save again.
So
Yeah.
takes a dex save.
Oh.
15 does not make it. She takes the damage. And she is restrained?
Yeah.
Yes. So I believe she can still attack at disadvantage. And now she has disadvantage on dex rolls. Well, she will go ahead and attack the other one and say something along the lines of, "What are you doing? Not me, them!" 1, 2, 3.
That's still a good lot of hits.
Yes, and I think even the 16 hits. It does. And it is enough to bring one down. This moss dog is dead. It will be this one's turn.
That one wants to eat the tentacles, right?
No, it does not. It will bite at advantage. Fair enough. Heart will T-Rex 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40?
He has 50 movement.
45, 50.
And eat the tentacles.
And then
Won't
might
be
as
like a
well move the rest a little bit over. Guts. Guts will...
Inspiration me. It's my turn.
We'll go ahead and inspiration you. It's your turn.
I am a very happy fire elemental.
Indeed. But it is over to Tadpole's turn. Tadpole,
Okay.
can you finish off this thing?
We're sure going to try. I'm going to let my water elemental go first.
Both hit. Excuse me. It is not quite down.
All right. I will go in for the hopefully kill. And I got to do my sneak attack. Forgot to do the sneak attack last time. And then if it's still not down, I will go ahead and...
No, it's down after that.
All right. Then I
What the
will...
GM say is kill before you commit overkill.
I will do some movement. Now the vines next to me have died, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to send the water elemental, and we're both going to go south towards the dogs, and that'll be our movement. I'll figure that out real quick. That's my turn.
Okay. The skeletons.
No, I should take Infernal Call and keep summoning devils. How do we fix this? I don't know. You're useless. Summon another one. How do I fix this? Skeleton's going to move. On the band, they're just going to oop it up at the moss dogs and the tentacles.
Okay. Is there any particular one you
Or
want
they
to
get
start
dis-
with?
I'm going to start right from left.
Okay.
Do they have, like, do I have advantage for them being restrained, or...
Yes, you would.
So that's the first one. Is it alive?
It is alive. They're fairly sturdy.
It should stop being alive.
They probably should.
That is enough to kill the one.
Okay.
I was just thinking about that belt of teleportation. If we got both of them, put one on me and one on the wizard on Adrian. If Adrian never gets into trouble at like the front line, he can press a button and be like, safety.
Yes, that would be a good use of it.
You should definitely press the button.
You should press the button between the two skeleton walls, so who the fuck appears gets killed instantly.
I'm sure your DM has not prepared a trap.
No, don't be stupid.
It's like,
After,
yes,
after
we have a trap
thoroughly
for
warning
them.
you not to press the button.
Yeah, we might set up a trap for them, but what if we press the button and we get teleported to a plane of eternal falling?
Fails. So 3d6 damage, if you please. Ooh, that is just enough.
Did.
The Ool.
Hell will help Farron with her deck save.
Okay. Zydroan.
I will move to here
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to be attacked by the walls, or it would have been there. And I will, since it's with advantage, make my attacks against the last one in the tentacles. Also, so Adrian can drop it and stop fucking fair enough.
What?
I mean, one hit.
One hit and immolation damage, and it's set on fire.
Alright, it is still up. It is definitely bloodied, however. Or singed, or whatever the equivalent is.
And it is my turn. It has no bonus actions.
Okay.
I'll dodge, actually. I'll use my... Oh, no, that's not a bonus action. Never mind.
No, that's a full, yeah.
That's a full action.
This moss dog will attempt to attack with advantage.
Attack who?
Right here. Lurch.
Not
Would it
large.
not
She's
miss?
my favorite.
Would it not be at normal? Not that it matters, because I'm flanking it as well.
No. Pack tactics, I think, would override.
Alright.
Either way,
This one.
it failed. This one will take 2 hits from Wally. Or possibly a hit from Walden.
Okay.
It's hard to tell which.
Did that red one take the damage from the tentacles?
And
No, I did forget to save, so let me calculate
And-
this damage real
Alright,
quick
hold on.
now.
And my
It's 10
9
damage,
burning
though.
damage. Oh wait, are these things counted as plants?
Take a guess.
Yes.
Leaf dogs.
28 damage.
Which is enough to do it. Let me roll that save real quick.
I mean, the safe's to try to make an action to escape. It takes the damage anyways.
Fair enough. So it probably wouldn't really move. It's still alive, but pretty much just barely.
With 28 damage after the damage I did to it.
No. That one's dead. This one's still alive.
No. This one here, it would have taken the extra burning damage as well at the start of its turn, which was a 9, which gets doubled because it's a plant. So that's 18 there. Then with Adrian's tentacles, that's 10 onto that.
Okay, you're right. I accidentally applied the burning to this one, flanked by the wall. It is, in fact, dead.
Yeah. Release your spell, Adrian. It is-
Rick, it is your turn.
Well, we're gonna come sneaky.
Rick going to come.
We're gonna come sneaky like. Can just make it over here. Now I'm still I'm out of melee range, so my only option now is to I should actually turn javelin and lightning damage off. I got a poke.
Yeah.
Both hits, because it is being flanked.
I was meant to say recklessly, but it's too late now.
Those are both the same damage. That is enough to bring it down. Yeah, Dawn will maintain the
Surprisingly,
spell.
yeah. Wait, that's the max damage I could do for that without getting a crit.
Yes.
I will
Adrian.
I will drop my spell.
Okay.
And then I will firebolt this one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a hit.
11. It's fire.
22. Still alive. Just barely. That one is dead. It is the Black Dragon Wormling. And we can pretty much go ahead and just sort of hand wave this one.
No, I
taking-
want. Well, the dragon has.
I was gonna say, are we
Dragon
really
has
just
to
gonna
come.
roll out beating up on this thing?
That does hit. That is enough to kill it.
Yay. The dragon wanted a salad.
Easy clap.
I wanted a pet.
Stupid ass plants. Imagine attacking and then instantly seeing a fireball erupt in the middle of you, and then an actual fireball.
All right, so they all sort of catch their breath. They were certainly caught a little bit off guard on that, although they wound up not taking any damage, which is a good thing for you as an aside. But again, sort of... Sycamore speaks up. We have to hurry. They're still coming. It's time to go now. This is chaff. We have to go. It's time. They're almost on us now. The witch trees are coming.
Are there more of these coming, or what?
No,
what-
these are...
Can you explain the witch trees any more than just witch trees?
They're the witch trees. They were at one time, like us, druids, high level. They've become stronger, mostly sort of sedentary. They don't move around a lot, typically, but they're moving now, and they're angry. They're corrupted. They're corrupting. It is time to go. These things, these are nothing. These are small summons, things created at a whim, at a blink of an eye, almost a byproduct of it.
Well, I've got an hour of fire form, so I'm not losing my wild shape till it burns out itself. So for the next hour, I burn. I'm just fire.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, how much is left to pack up?
Well, that's sort of the question. And at this point, they are going to be taking direction from you. They were sort of slowed down by the fact that the Bramble folk were quote-unquote helping, but not exactly helping. We probably are about 75% of the way packed up, though. We are leaving some stuff behind.
Finish packing up. The Bramble folk are in a hurry, but I mean, I don't think we're feeling any major threat at the moment, personally.
I mean,
Ah,
Heart's certainly not feeling great right now.
No, heart may not be.
Can I
But
take
hey,
a short rest while we're
people-
packing up the rest of the equipment?
No, we are not getting the advantage of a short rest if we are packing.
can I give Hart some of my wonderful water and see if that helps him at all? Because I have saved as much as I could in different containers.
He certainly enjoys it, and he thinks it tastes delicious, but you've sort of noticed that Hart thinks most things are delicious.
Okay. Does not seem to help him, though.
It does not seem to help him, though, no. And again, I don't want to, burn spell slots or something from Guts while she's not here, so, we're kind of...
Burn away! Burn away!
Not healing him too much. He does have some potions that he will take. He will quaff. But I don't know if I have them on his sheet.
Well, in the era of not burning spell slots, he should also stay polymorphed for an hour.
Yes, so she will keep up the spell, and then we won't worry about it for the next hour. And then it may be a problem quite suddenly if she gets hit.
Once it drops, after we both drop out of our forms, I can heal him back up, but I just don't want to waste my wild shape for the day or her polymorph. Just in case anything does attack while we finish packing up or on the first into
Heart
that journey.
exists in two places. I'm not going to delete this other one of Heart, because... Yes, I will. I'll just move it on his sheet. Yeah.
But assuming it's still night, I will act as a light. Because it's some form of useful.
It is still night, and you are blazing bright. Are other people helping this packing going on? Are we dropping these things or whatnot? They're not.
Oh no,
quite-
I'm helping. Absolutely. Of course, I got to make sure it's packed just perfectly.
Sure. Like I
Little
mentioned, they're
OCD
not
going on.
quite ready to drop things as they were, but they're closely.
I mean, I'll assist as much as a big fireball can. I'll give light like where it's needed to be directed and everything. I'll move
Right.
over there and stuff.
You're sort of staying
you know-
away from the manual help at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as for picking things up and loading the beasts of burden with it, probably not the best idea.
Right.
Help load up the firewood.
All right.
How long do you think it would take to finish
Help with
packing?
the wood.
Like at this point, you're probably guessing 10 minutes or so. It's not long at all.
Yeah, that's good. Let's finish.
I was kind of hoping.
Like if you're just sitting there, you can go ahead and take a short rest.
I know. I was just remembered that I have Janian's old ring of regeneration, so I get a D6 healing every 10 minutes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Just saying though, that entire fight in terms of game time, 18 seconds, maybe 24 the most.
Sure. Not a very long one at all. I mean,
I know. I was just that's one thing that's always like amazed me with D&D was so much happens in those turns, and it's actually not unviable that would be what happened.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's all just so quick.
Yeah.
Sort of a weird bit of the rules, in my opinion, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and start with Zydroan and Adrian. Perception
Yes.
checks, if you please.
Yeah. My blazing burning sees all.
Something, and this is through your owl as well, is going off and going wrong. The corpse flowers were sort of a minor... Excuse me, the death blooms, not corpse flowers, something different. Even in my head, I keep on confusing the twos. Were sort of a minor issue. Yeah, they were somewhat less than natural, but they were still mostly a thing of nature, natural. Something is coming, and the forest as a whole does not like it. It's sort of a collective, wail and shudder and change in the air. Something pretty bad is on its way, and it's on its way quick. You can't quite tell, but you almost think, just even looking out into the forest, things are beginning to visibly sort of corrupt, sort of rot, sort of start oozing this pustulant pus instead of sap. It's subtle at first, but it is growing stronger.
I mean, and I know this is probably not what we want to hear, but I'm thinking if we don't deal with this, there may be no point in ever coming out for an expedition again. Like this looks like it's ruining
Give me
ruining the lands.
1 second. Ooh, okay, fair enough. Do you sort of muse that out loud while talking to everyone?
Yeah, it's like that would be an out loud thought to open question to anyone that wants to answer or whatever you want to call it.
Sure. So again, Sycamore would speak up. That's not important. The force is already lost. We have to go. We have the seedlings. We can start over again, but we need to get out of here now. And she makes a persuasion check.
Whoop.
Well, let's just
Would
stop
she
them from going
answer
ahead,
me?
and we'll slow down whatever's
Terrible about
coming
it.
behind.
Would she answer me if I asked, what are the seedlings?
The seedlings, the start of the forest, more bramble folk, all of it.
Rick just stands there confused looking.
They're like the fresh vegetables, the new vegetables in the spring that we cut and eat.
Do you think Rick's ever had a fresh veggie that Janian didn't cook?
Salami.
And even
Well,
then,
let's
chances are it wasn't a
send
veggie.
the plant folk with their little seedlings ahead. We don't, and we'll slow down whatever's coming.
Well, we've all got to really stay within a mile of each other anyway, because of
Yeah.
the cleric circle.
Yeah. So send them ahead. We'll slow down or whatever's coming.
Okay, so whom... Whoops, I don't want to do that. Do we wish to send ahead? I mean, presumably the
warrior
pack
wolves.
animals.
Yeah, and the warrior wolves, and
The 3. The 4.
No, just send the trees ahead and their seedlings. Keep everybody else with us. They don't seem to be nearly as affected by the time thing as we are.
They would protest that. They came to the group for help, and according to the Accords, they're seeking protection. If they're going off on their own, what's the point of using the Accords?
We are the rear protection, protecting them so they can make it back. That is. Besides, I didn't sign any accord.
You didn't. That's why you're free to stay back.
Yeah. So
I mean, can they not wait 10 goddamn minutes for us to finish packing up? I will intimidate them into waiting 10 minutes if need be.
Go ahead and roll intimidation.
How good at intimidation are you?
burn
Oh,
very
better
angrily.
than me.
They are way less scared of you than they are of whatever is coming.
Rip. And no, we can't hear you, Adrian.
No, I'm getting nothing from you.
I just fume very fierily.
You crackle, snap, and pop.
Oh, okay. Hello.
There you
Yes,
go.
You are back.
I was saying there's no teleportation circle I know of in the end of time, right?
No.
Sad. I was gonna say we should all go. It'd probably be safer as a group. Plus, we need the clerics to actually stabilize time. And if we don't have the others to pick up if one gets hit, we're fucked.
I mean,
I
to be
was more
fair-
thinking we should all stay.
We could all just leave and leave what little of the supplies is left behind, leave that behind, because at the end of the day, it's not going to affect the party. It's just the end of time people, and we can either help them out later or just go, fuck you guys.
Plus, they have a system so if one group comes back bad, that'd be fine,
Oh,
right?
yeah, true. They can't be the only group that's gone out, so yeah. No, let's just leave. Let's appease the trees.
Why do we even need food and supplies if time is a move and no one ages?
Because they do. They still get hungry and everything. It's just if you're in a different area of time, you're traveling at a different rate of time than everyone else.
But time
You are
doesn't
still-
move there. That's why they don't age. That's why they don't need to whatever.
But I'm
They're
pretty sure they
effectively immortal there.
still age. It's the fact that outside of their protection bubbles and everything else is moving so quick. It would seem like they're not aging. To them, they are still traveling through the normal ages of time, like we have been.
No, I thought like the end of time specifically, time doesn't exist there. Is that not the case?
I mean,
That's what
like,
you've been
that
told.
was a- Yeah.
they would probably technically still age, but this half of the city's only been this half of the city for like 3 or 4 days. It may have been tens of thousands of years on this side, but it's only like 3 or 4 days in real time.
To the other side, it's only been a couple of weeks, yeah, if that.
Right
Yeah.
now, I think we should go.
Yes, that's what we should do for a start.
Shall we
anyway.
put it to a vote, or is everyone willing to acquiesce?
I mean, I think we outnumber Tadpole, who I think was the only one that was saying stay behind.
Tadpole has
No,
Tadpole.
I'm not strong in any opinion.
Well then, I think we should.
I
go.
wanted to stay.
Rick wants to stay.
I wanted to stay. I think I was getting outvoted.
And Tadpole is not minding either way. So
Ambivalent.
in the name,
Solidly
yeah,
ambivalent.
in the name of not causing a moot point with having even votes, she can just vote with us, and Rick can come
Right,
along.
and Guts doesn't really get a vote because obviously.
She's not here.
Right. Okay.
Women haven't earned the right to vote.
Yes.
Oh, wow!
Ugh.
She's not
Sorry.
here, so I can say that.
So
I would
Grim,
never, ever say
Can
that.
you?
how do you like never being able to monetize your channel now?
I missed what happened. What happened?
The thoughts and views expressed
Oh,
do
nothing.
not necessarily
Nothing.
reflect.
Oh, that's right. You are recording this, aren't you? Oh, oops. Oops. Sorry.
Please know everything said is with a satirical standpoint.
So what we are going to do, however, is we are going to go ahead and call the session there.
Nice.
We are starting to move off. Are we bringing the walls along?
Yeah.
This is a funny thing to mention, but with the walls, we do travel a bit slower.
Yes, of course. They're party members.
All right. So
can't
again,
Buy,
How could you?
buy us a proper good amount of time or save some lives.
OBS has come back, apparently. So the last thing I do wish to do before we go ahead and end this is I want to determine our marching order for this. So please, move your tokens where you wish to be. We will say these 3 displacer beasts are at the head of the marching order, and I will move NPCs and stuff accordingly, depending on how we move, basically. In a little bit.
I'll be at the rear because I can move the front faster if I need to.
So is this front this back?
Yes.
What's front?
Displacer beasts is front.
So what I'm
This is
thinking,
back.
This is back.
what I'm thinking is I'll stay out back with these boys.
I will be Rudolph.
Now, can I dismiss my elemental and then summon him back and he'll have full hit points?
No,
Or how does that work?
it does not work like
I
that.
think it's a once a day thing.
It is a once a day type thing. It is the same elemental regardless.
Okay.
And
Then I
so
will just keep him until
we do
he's
not
gone.
know
And then I'll
exactly
summon
what
him again.
happens when he dies.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm going to.
How is it? Does it just get long rests with us then, essentially?
More or less.
Because I was wondering, like, it's taken like 800 points of damage over its life so
Yes.
far.
I don't think it's been that much, but
No, maybe not quite.
I mean,
Well,
It's
I
taken a
will.
lot of damage.
I've probably taken that much damage.
You've taken a lot more than that.
I'll put it away.
okay.
Yeah, but I halved it down to 800.
Would an identify magic tell me what would happen if he dies?
Yes, it would. And funnily enough, it's actually been cast. I just don't have it written down. It would eventually reform. It would just take quite some time to do so.
Quite some time, as in a year, a week, a
Couple
day.
of weeks.
Okay.
As in throw it out of the time bubble and get a cleric to move back over it.
Keep
No.
muting myself
Hope
somehow.
it's still there.
I'd like to experiment on the item to make it into a wine weird, please.
That'd be kind of
You don't think you have enough wine on you right now.
We have to make wine, guys. Get the grapes.
But yes, we are going to go ahead and call the session right here. It was a fun one. Sort of some combat that wound up being halfway more threatening than I intended for it to be. But, they rolled a natural 20 on their stealth check.
It was pretty threatening, but I mean, come on, they're plants. We were surrounded by plants. Of course they'll be stealthy.
Yeah.
And they were mildly threatening, but they're plants, and we have dragons and a fire elemental.
Well, the thing is that they're quite threatening to individuals, but they're not super threatening to the group.
Yeah. Like, once they get their vines around you, yeah, that's a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of them getting there. But either way, I think it was a good session. Sorry, Guts couldn't make it, but things happen. Also, hi to Greg. I don't know if you're actually watching right now or still watching, but I appreciate it. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to kill everybody, or anybody, even, for that matter. But we'll try again next time.
I'll remember that.
The players will
See
remember
you on
this.
Saturday.
Man, remember what happened to Telltale Games? Because I don't.
Telltale Games.
Either way,
I never liked Tattletale Games.
You've been watching. I hope you've been enjoying it. I hope you all have a great day, and peace out, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I like the dog.
Okay,